Good morning. This is your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing, starting off with some mostly cloudy skies around the area this morning with mainly high clouds. But as we move through today, we will see those clouds start to thin out, as well as seeing some quiet conditions moving through the end of the week, and we'll see fairly quiet and comfortable conditions as we move into the weekend. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have a boundary well to our south, weak high pressure and control over the area, and as mentioned, that's going to help keep things quiet. This area of low pressure well off to the north central part of the country or southern Canada. We're going to see that tracking eastward, and we could see some impacts from that as we get later in the day Sunday in the form of some additional cloud cover and some slightly breezy conditions, but at this time not expecting any precipitation with that as it moves through late Sunday. Our current conditions this morning, just a few clouds at 7,000 feet and broken at 25,000 feet. Winds are calm to light out of the north-northeast, seeing temperature 37 degrees, relative humidity is at 89%. Look at our current visible satellite, we can see a continuation of those mainly upper level clouds continuing to stream off to the east-northeast through the area. And as mentioned, we'll see that through much of the day today, eventually starting to thin out as we get into the afternoon hours, and eventually we'll see some mostly clear skies as we get into the overnight time frame. Take a look at the high resolution model. As mentioned, dry weather prevails as we move through the day today. That boundary stays well to our south, and we start to see some decrease in clouds as we get later in the afternoon, becoming mostly clear as we go into the evening time frame. The main thing we will see will be a chance for some patchy fog developing once again, similar to what we saw this morning as we move through the early morning hours of Saturday prior to daybreak. But we'll see that clear out as we get into the daytime hours on Saturday. Should see some mild temperatures back into the 50s and dry weather continuing. As we go into Saturday night, we'll once again see a chance for some patchy fog or low clouds around the area prior to sunrise, and then we'll see clouds on the increase as we move through the day on Sunday, and we start to see that boundary approaching the area as we get midday Sunday. And as we go later in the day, you can see that boundary pretty well dries out as it pushes into the local Wallops area. We're just going to see some additional cloud cover, and we'll see those winds shifting out of the northwest behind it and becoming slightly breezy with a slight chance of even seeing a wind advisory as we get later in the day on Sunday. But then we'll see that push out. But things do look to remain dry as we move through the weekend with some fairly comfortable temperatures. Taking a look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we do have green conditions expected through our working hours today. We'll see our high temperature up around 48 degrees. Winds will pick up slightly out of the northeast to east-northeast at around 6 to 11 knots. And then we'll see those weaken as we go into the evening time frame. We'll stay mostly cloudy this morning, becoming partly cloudy as we get later in the afternoon. Again, mainly some high clouds around. And as we go into the evening time frame, temperatures are going to bottom out around 34 degrees. As we continue to see that light onshore breeze becoming light and variable through the morning hours, we do pick up that yellow risk for some reduced ceilings and visibilities, as we'll have a chance for some patchy fog around the area once again for Saturday morning, and tides are running about a half a foot above normal. Saturday we'll see mostly sunny, partly cloudy conditions. Light winds, should see a nice day with a high around 56 degrees. Green conditions for our weather risk that continues into Saturday evening. Should see a yellow chance for some patchy fog here on Saturday evening, but otherwise partly cloudy and mostly clear. We'll see our low around 36 degrees. Then we'll see our high ahead of that front on Sunday around 54 degrees with partly to mostly cloudy conditions as those clouds are on the increase. And we do have slightly breezy conditions expected later in the day, so we're going to keep that yellow risk for a slight chance of seeing a wind advisory later in the day on Sunday. That's going to wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.